Last year, the Ping G430 Max 10K was the best forgiving driver of the year. Just what are Ping going to do to progress on that? Introducing the brand new for 2025 Ping G440 range of drivers. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson and welcome back to this YouTube channel. Guys, if you're new here, please do consider hitting that subscriber button below. We're well on the way to 300,000 subscribers. I'd love each and every one of you to be a part of it. So you can see today we have two of the new Ping G440 drivers in the lineup. We have the G440 Max and of course the G440 LST, so that low spin technology. There's also the SFT, so the straight flight technology if you struggle with that big slice. So we will test that later on in the year with a mid-handicap golfer, but let's focus on these two bad boys today and see exactly what they are offering. So Ping have actually really upped their game when it comes to tech with these clubs, and I must admit they've upped the visuals as well. I think these look absolutely fantastic. Both of these clubs feature a carbon crown, and I have to hold my hands up. I think Ping are kind of admitting they were wrong last year, and it pains me to say that. So let's get into that as the video goes on. We're going to kick things off with the standard Ping G440 Max. We have been in the studio with these clubs as well and tested them for numbers, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Straight away, that carbon crown looks absolutely gorgeous. We still have turbulators on there, so that's going to be hit or miss depending what you like the look of. But straight away, you notice a totally different looking club. And the reason for that is a slightly thinner face design. So we'll get into that as the video goes on. As a first drive of 2025, that was absolutely ridiculous. That felt fantastic, sounded good. It was a nice low ball flight cutting back into the middle of the fairway. As you can see, we have movable weight ports in the back here. So we have three settings of that tungsten weight. We have draw, we have fade, and we of course have neutral. And the carbon fly wrap actually works its way over into the toe and the heel section together with that forged face at the front here. So Ping claim we do get spin consistency with this driver. Let's see just how consistent or spin-sistent this can be. Let's go again. I think this could be in the running for the best driver of the year. We're going to Orlando tomorrow, and this could well be on the plane. Straight away, that's another nice low flight, just cutting back. This is a really tight golf hole actually, so you have to be really, really precise. That one might even still just be blocked out. That one was the first Helio one that we've really hit. You can kind of get the feedback from that, which I enjoy. I think a lot of the times when you're testing a forgiving driver, you still want to know where you've hit it out of that face. So we could tell with that one, and it was still a nice low ball flight. So the spin rate was consistent, or spin-sistent, however you want to call it. Let's try and go a little bit higher then, because we've had two nice mid-flighted shots. Let's get that spine angle back and get this G440 really launching up in the air. That was a little bit toey, but that felt fantastic. Again, a really nice ball flight, a nice penetrating ball flight, and I managed to get it higher just like we wanted. That one again was just down that left-hand side. We're going to play a couple of holes here at Forest Pines. We're going to test the Max and the LS Tech to see which one I could use, or potentially which one you could use in 2025. So guys, this video is proudly supported by the guys at Golf Gear Giveaways. Golf Gear Giveaways, we did work with them last year and a lot of people had some fantastic success. So they give the average golfer the chance to win the very best gear at the fraction of the cost. They have over 3,000 winners and have given away £2.8 million worth of prizes for golfers around the country. All draws are done live on Instagram and Facebook, so you can watch along. All draws are guaranteed to be done when the timer ends, regardless of the number of tickets sold, meaning if less than the full amount of tickets are sold, your odds of winning are even better. We also have instant wins, which are prizes you can win every time you enter as soon as you buy tickets. And make sure you check out the website below, where there are 4,000 tickets and 4,000 prizes, totaling over £45,000. Every ticket goes into a live draw to win the jackpot prize. Tickets already have 50% off and another 20% off with the code JR20. So tech-wise, in these brand new Ping G440 drivers, we have a faster face. So that is a shallow, thinner face, and that's designed to increase ball speed for distance and higher launch. We have a new sound design, so new shaping, and the carbon crown with internal ribs are supposed to produce a muted impact experience, which I actually think we are getting quite well. We're going to dive into that free hosel design a little bit later on in this video, and we'll of course talk a little bit more about the differing models. For me, this could be one of the best drivers Ping's ever made. So what happened last year with the Ping G430 10K Max? Well, for me, when the Ping G430 was released and we had the LST, the SF Tech and the Max didn't have the carbon fly wrap, so it wasn't as forgiving as potentially it could have been. Now, the standard G430 was terrible in my opinion. It didn't sound good, it didn't look good, it didn't feel good, it performed okay. As soon as we had the Ping G430 10K Max with the carbon fly wrap, that was a game changer. That for me is where Ping wanted to be, and that's what I think the Ping G430 Max should have been and always should have been. I feel like they kind of maybe rushed it out. Then when people bought the Ping G430 Max and they were upset because the 10K version came out, Ping offered them a little bit of a kind of keepsake. They're like, oh, we'll give you, if you trade yours in, we'll give you a good price to get into the 10K. Now I think they've nailed it, and I think it kind of shows them up a little bit from last year. That doesn't mean to say anything about these drivers, because I think these could well be some of the best drivers, if not the best, of 2025. But you did people dirty last year with the G430, in my opinion. So moving on to the LST, the low spin technology head. Now this head will suit so many golfers. It looks fantastic. Although I must say, we're going to compare the two at the end of this video. And I can't believe how good the standard Max head looks. It shouldn't even be called Max. It should just be called the G440 head. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. We still have that three-way adjustable weighting there at the back, so you can put that in draw, fade, or of course neutral. And we have the free hosel design, which together with that carbon fly wrap means it's a much lighter head profile, which should help you potentially generate a little bit more speed and of course spin consistency. Right, and I can't actually believe how similar this head looks to that Max head. It looks really, really good, just a little bit smaller. And that's that right to left shot that we do want. That sounded absolutely incredible. We've got that right to left movement, probably a little bit too much so, to be honest. I'm really excited about this. So I like Ping golf clubs. I've never really had them in the bag too much, and I've never had a Ping driver in the bag, and this could be a first for me because it just ticks all those boxes. I don't feel like I have to put my best golf swing on it to get pretty good results, to be honest. Let's go again. Now that's a toey one, and that stayed bang straight down the right hand side of this fairway. And I can't quite believe just how well that's performed. That felt really, really good. And that was a low toey strike as well. You can see where the T mark was on this head. So if you're thinking that the LST isn't necessarily going to be that forgiving, then you might well be wrong. This could be that kind of nice, it's not exactly a triple diamond. It's a low spin model, but it's not totally unforgiving and impossible. Right, anywhere in between those two. That second one was on the fairway actually, from a pretty bad swing. How good is that? That's like the perfect shot down this hole. And that's got me wondering if a Ping driver could well be in the bag in 2025. Let's jump inside, let's see just how these drivers do perform. Then let's go back outside and see which one I should maybe be thinking about more. Straight away, that feels like one that's that nice low spin number, 1750, pitching up near 270, 290 total for the first shot with this. First shot. Like that. What I like about that flight is it's quite low and boring. That's not carried as far as maybe I would have liked it to. It's up there at 275 total. Let's see if we can launch it a little bit high. I love the look of the carbon back. We need a middle ground. Right, that could, 1966, a good year for all of us. That could be, go on, chase. 295, do you know why 1966 was a good year? Eric Cantona was born. The King was born. Look at that dispersion as well, really enjoying this. This is what the G430 10K Max should have been. 1955, what happened then? Must have been a battle or something. Nice similar numbers there. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really looking forward to trying the LS, but I don't know how it can get much better than this. So close to the 300 line. This could be the people's driver. Carbon fly wrap, fade draw tungsten weighting, spin consistency. Right guys, I've tested a lot of drivers today, as you can maybe see in that bag, and consistency wise, especially for dispersion, this is unbelievable. Let's go one more, then we'll go LS. I'm absolutely loving this. It really is a joy to behold. A joy to behold. Right, LS. More consistent flights, please. Just cut across that or it'd been amazing. Interesting 2-3 spin, that feels more manageable as well. That's gotta be 300. Come on. Must be. That's what you are hoping for with the LS model for me. You're hoping for that little bit more that can just get you over the line of those maybe distance targets you're wanting to hit. A 278 carry for me, I think that's the longest of the day, and I've tested pretty much everything today. Could be another one. Go on. Run! Oh no! Oh. And the really interesting thing for me here, and the biggest kind of hat off moment I can give these drivers, is that I'm honestly already thinking about going down to SGGT, trying these heads and seeing which one performs best, putting a nice shaft in there and just being done for the year. The TaylorMade this year is very good. The Callaway is fantastic. There's so many good drivers out there at the moment, but I feel like this one potentially might be the one where I don't have to have my A game and can still produce. So the 3 shots we've hit there, we have the first one that somehow's finished in the fairway. It must have taken a good kick. I'll hold my hands up. The final one we hit is all the way down there, nearly on the green. And the second one we hit, which I thought was the toey one, it's just taken a kick. Everything's kicking right today over to the right hand side. But I still don't think that's bad. I think I've done really well there with those shots. Let's now test them against each other and see, just with one shot each, which one might perform best for me. Because in golf you only get one chance, don't you? Now, I can't speak highly enough of these two drivers. I honestly can't. I think they look brilliant. Obviously the Ping colours are very similar to the old Ping G. That's what a lot of people are going to be saying. As soon as TaylorMade released their QI35, because the colours were similar to the old Sim driver, people were saying, oh, it's just a new Sim driver, and people will be saying this is just a new G driver. But to be honest, I think what they've done with the internal rib structure to give it that sound and feel is absolutely fantastic. If we look at both these heads, I honestly can't believe, I think you will probably struggle to tell me which one's which by just looking down at them here. And I think that's huge props to Ping, first of all for making the G440 Max so good looking, but also for making the LS Tech pretty much so gameable, so forgiving. So realistically here, which one would you go for? I think you'd definitely go for a fitting and try and find the best one for you. I thought the other way around. I honestly thought I was picking up the LS Tech there, and it wasn't, it was the Max. So you don't have to think, oh, I'm going for the big game improvement driver that doesn't look as good, because they both look absolutely fantastic. And if I went for a fitting, and I will do, I'm going to request that we put some tape over there, and you honestly won't tell. Like, you can tell a little bit with the shaping and stuff like that, but you honestly won't tell. So let's go first. And we almost have to hit a little bit of a kind of draw here, which doesn't really suit my eye too much, but which one's going to be best? Let's find out. That is poetry in motion. That's absolutely fantastic, perfect. Oh, is it up on the green? I might have an apology to make to the people up on the green. That was absolutely brilliant. Now then, as it were. So that was the LS Tech. I didn't know, I just put down, this is now the Max. I think I'm getting that good a kind of forgiveness with the LS Tech that I can get that kind of knuckleball fly, but still know that I don't have to have my best swing. Right, standard, slightly more elongated head, but not really. And look at that. You can tell the difference in the ball fly. That was a lot higher. That was actually slightly toey, but both those shots are down in the fairway. And just to show you where that strike was from, let's get down there and see where they've finished, because that is as good a comparison as I can ever give you. Okay guys, so head to head, one shot and one shot only, and look at that. So the LS Tech, I think, has just beaten it by like a couple of yards, but that's obviously down to how it's landed and ground reactions. It was a little bit lower, but that just proves both these drivers could well suit my game, could well end up in my golf bag, and I think, to be honest, one of them definitely will for the big Orlando trip coming up, and then I'm going to go and get fitted at SGGT and see exactly which one suits me. Guys, if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you do smash that subscribe button below. If you want to check out golf gear giveaways, make sure you check out the link in the description. Apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.